Listen, if you're not using this shovel strategy with your offers, you're never gonna make it past 5 figures per month. In fact, when I taught this exact strategy to my paid community, we've never had so many people break 6 figures a month. We had 22 people in the first 60 days. This is basically free money, but for some reason I still can't figure out, 99% of people refuse to use this. Today I'm gonna walk you through exactly what my shovel strategy is and how to implement it inside of your business today with specific examples of exactly what to do. And of course, I've got an awesome presentation I'm gonna be walking you through, showing you exactly what to do, and a checklist for you to interact with, walk through, so that you can develop and implement your own shovel strategy. That's gonna be linked down below. I first implemented shovels about 2 years ago, right when I really launched the Lead Gen J Insiders program. I was not doing this with Otter. But once I started using offer shovels, that's when I went from 20, 30,000 a month and struggling to making hundreds of thousands of dollars per month. And I'm gonna walk you through everything that I did, and it literally tripled my revenue per client. It's gonna do the same for you. As a business owner, as an entrepreneur, your biggest pain point, your biggest struggle is usually marketing and sales. And that's where everybody loves to spend their attention. Paying more money on ads, launching cold email systems, figuring out all these hacks to get people closed onto deals. And 80, 90% of your attention goes there. But once you get that client, maybe you spend some time on the offer and delivery, and then you get the sale. You go through all of that work, the months of marketing and ad spend and cold emails and back and forth and sales, and maybe you sell them one thing. Maybe it's a one-time program that's $10,000 over 3 months. Maybe it's even a monthly contract that's $1,500, $2,000 per month. And maybe they stay for 6 months if you've got a really good churn rate. However, once that's over, the money stops flowing. And this is the biggest mistake. You let that customer that you worked so hard for not spend any more with you because they're spending their money elsewhere. They need other things, obviously. And you don't want to be an all-in-one agency service because there's no way to keep up with that. But there's all of these softwares, all of these microservices that they need that's related to your offer that you can sell them. And that's what we're gonna be talking about today. How to get them to stop looking elsewhere, stop going to software companies, stop going to these services. And they're gonna go to you for these things, and I'm gonna show you how to launch them without building new crazy offers, without hiring anybody else. It's so easy to do, and there's so much money waiting on the other side of this. And in fact, before I figured this out, you probably sound like me right now. You're either running an agency, maybe you've got an info offer, maybe you've got like a done with you program, and then you sell somebody into that offer and then they stop paying you. That was my model before. Now my model's much different, and that's exactly what I'm gonna be breaking down for you today. So let's talk about what this shovel strategy is. And it all goes back to when the California gold rush happened. Everybody from all over the world heard that, oh my God, they're finding gold in California. So people from everywhere rushed to California to get in on the action, to start mining gold. So there'd be shovels, there'd be pickaxes, and people would get in there looking for gold. Now, most of those people didn't end up finding the gold, unfortunately. However, some people consistently got rich. All of the people who are selling the equipment that the gold miners were using to try and find the gold, selling the shovels, selling the picks. These were the people that got rich, and that's exactly what you're going to be today. Instead of trying to sell the gold, and you can do that too, you can also sell the gold, but you're gonna sell the equipment that people need to make money online. You're gonna sell the shovels. So what is the picks and shovels? Well, the shovels, when translated into big business terminology, are the things that they need to get the gold. The gold being the online business that makes them millions of dollars. But in order to get that gold, they're gonna need some things to get that done, such as they're gonna need a CRM, they're gonna need a project management software, and probably a whole laundry list of other things based on what they're trying to accomplish. And some of these things are gonna be universal. Every B2B company needs a CRM. Every company, I think, needs some kind of project management tool like Asana or Notion or Trello. But then there's also a lot of specific things that your clients might need. Maybe you only sell to industrial manufacturers, and that's a very specific niche, but you know that client really well. And you know that they go to this old, boring software company because there's no competition in like doing project management for industrial construction. You see that gap, you're like, oh my God, that software sucks. It hasn't been updated in 10 years. What if I just built my own version of that, but better? Or you can think about the microservices. So think about cold email, for example. I've got a program done with you. People come into my program to learn how to do cold email effectively. So what do you need to send cold emails? You need leads, you need mailboxes, and you need an email sequencer. Well, I have found a way to sell them pretty much 2 out of 3. And then the third one I'm getting a massive commission on. These are the shovels. These are the tools, the equipment that my clients need to be successful. It's your job to figure out how to be the one to sell it to them. Now with the agency space, you're gonna have high churn. If you're in business for 5 years, chances are the clients who signed up 5 years ago are no longer with you for your high ticket agreement. They pay you 10 grand once, they're probably not gonna be paying you 10 grand every single year. However, if you're selling the shovels, the tools that they need to be successful in their business, they're probably gonna use that service for a long period of time. So my business has evolved a lot into just selling these high ticket services to now focusing on building all of these shovel businesses for a couple of really important reasons. But my business now looks much different than it did 5 years ago, with really 2 offers. They were coming in to buy my program or coming in to buy my high ticket offer. Now we have a whole bunch of things that we can promote, that we can sell, and we have way more clients now, way more active clients on these shovel services than on our core offer. So about 2 to 3 years ago when I had this awakening, and I was like, oh my God, all these people are coming through my pipeline and I'm sending them here for this, I'm sending them there for that. All of these recommendations were costing me money. So I did this exercise. This is what you're gonna do towards the end of this video when we go through the checklist, is what are my clients using and where am I sending them? Do I need to be sending them there? Some easy ones that I identified right away that I could be the source for selling them that thing long-term are the CRM systems. Everybody that was coming in either had a CRM they didn't like, maybe they are on Go High Level, or they didn't have a CRM at all because they were just getting started. So one of the first things I did, I launched a GHL White Label agency. With GHL, you pay them $497 a month and you can create unlimited sub-accounts. I now have probably 300 people paying me every single month to use my sub-accounts. This is basically a software company inside my company that takes me 0 time, 0 additional employees, and there's multiple examples of that. Here's another one, cold email mailboxes. This one's way more complicated, and this is probably the biggest frustration in my business right now is managing this service because there's such high demand for it. People who aren't clients with me elsewhere are coming just to use my mailbox services because we built one of the best in the industry, and almost by accident, because we originally just built it to do a good job for our higher ticket clients. And then we expanded it and opened it up to other clients, and now everybody's using it. Another one you see here is self-hosted N8N. So I teach AI automation. Now, in order to build automations, you need your own N8N account, and most people prefer self-hosted. Now, I can refer them over to Hostinger or some other service where they can go sign up, or I can just do it for them. They pay me $49 a month. They put in some info and we self-host it for them. We do the server, we load it up onto the server, we get it ready for them, and we show them how to use it. And nowadays, now that we're building software with Claude Code, and by the way, if you want to learn how to do that, AI Automation Insiders, it's the only place to learn how to vibe code with Claude Code and build actual software, such as my new Mailbox Service that's built completely with Claude Code. We've now built email verification tools, lead databases. So we're branching way out of these microservices and these easy wins like the Go High Level White Label and trying to do a lot more. We're leaning all the way into shovels. So again, here's just some of those shovels that I've built. My cold email mailbox service, GHL White Label agency, self-hosted N8N. We're doing email verification, we're doing lead databases, and it's not going to stop there. All right, now take a step back and go through this exercise with me. And if you want the checklist, it's just gonna be linked down below so you can actually go through that checklist as we're doing this exercise and start to write these down. If you write these down and you do this exercise, I guarantee you're gonna be able to triple your revenue per client. You're gonna be able to spend less on advertising, less on sales, because now you're making way more from your clients, and I promise you this is going to be easier than you expect. So here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna think really hard about your clients, and you better know your clients well. If you don't know them well, how are you gonna market to them? How are you gonna sell to them? So put yourself in their shoes. When they're starting this journey, when they're trying to find the gold, when they're trying to be successful in their industry, who are the clients they're serving? What is the service that they're providing? Who are the vendors that they're working with? What are the softwares that they pay for? Go through and write a list. Identify all of these things. This is step one. Map out what your clients are already buying. Who are they paying? Who are the top people in that industry? What softwares are there that they're subscribed to? Write an entire list. I want all of them. The next thing that you're gonna do is evaluate the moat for each of these softwares and services. Now, if you're not familiar with the concept of a moat, think of an old castle. If you've got a big moat, it's deep, it's wide, you're gonna have a hard time getting into that castle. In business, a moat is the same thing. If a company's got a deep moat, that means you're gonna have a hard time competing with them because they've built something that's hard to replicate and hard to compete against. For example, Google's search. Companies have tried, but they've got such a foothold, they're so dominant in search. It's a big moat. For example, let's use Instantly AI. This is one that I've wanted to replicate and make my own version of for a long time. But they've got a really complex software. They've got mailbox warming, they've got Unibox, they've got crazy APIs. It would take maybe a year for me to be able to build something that could hold a candle to Instantly AI. It would take all of my time. They've got a huge team. Is that really worth me trying to build, or should I just recommend that my clients go with the best in class, Instantly AI? Well, if I was doing this exercise, I would write Instantly AI right there at the top because it's the main tool everybody needs. Is it something that I can compete against? Is it something that I could replace and make a shovel? Not really. And because they have a big moat, I'm gonna choose not to build it. I'm gonna choose not to attack that one. I'm gonna go on to the next one. So what's another service that my clients are all using that they need that I'm referring them out to? Verifier. It's an email verification software where you load up a list of emails, it goes through and it validates them, and it gives you the results. That's a pretty basic software. That's something pretty easy that I could do. So that's exactly what we did. We built an email verification tool. So you're gonna go through and you're gonna identify what are they using and how big is the moat. And all of this is broken down on the checklist too. So you wanna figure out how much they're spending on these services. So can you do it for less? Can you do the same thing for less? And ideally you're doing it better. List all these services, write how much they're spending, and then you're done with step one. Step two, you're gonna evaluate which shovels that you can sell. I've got some examples here that I just went through, but you're gonna try and find your high priority ones, the ones that everybody is using, that don't have a big moat, meaning they're either easy to replicate or they're not very good and you can build a better solution or you can do it cheaper. Ideally, you only want 1, 2, maybe 3 high priority shovels in here. And by the way, if you're listening to this and you're like, Jay, this sounds nice, but I don't know how to build software with Claude Code. The Mailbox Service sounds complicated. I'm gonna show you exactly which one to start with if you're questioning. That's gonna apply to most companies, and I'm gonna walk you through how to do it first. You do this one thing and I guarantee you're gonna double your revenue. But other than that one thing that I'm gonna be sharing with you, you wanna pick your lowest hanging fruit. Which one do you want to attack first? Which one makes the most sense? Identify what that is, and then you're gonna cross it off one at a time. Start with one, don't try and take them all on all at once. Now, important to note here that you could end up digging yourself into a hole with that same shovel. If you launch a service, people are going to expect it to work, or one, they're going to leave and not buy your bigger thing, and they're definitely not gonna buy your shovels, but the worst case scenario is it becomes an operational nightmare for your company. And this is kind of what happened with my mailbox service before I turned it into a software. We have thousands of mailbox clients, tens of thousands of mailboxes we're trying to keep track of. People don't know what they're doing when they're ordering. They want to cancel one mailbox out of an order of 1,000 that they did a year ago. It was just an operational logistical nightmare. And it ended up consuming a lot of my time and energy as a business owner. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that before you move on to the next shovel, you really dial in the operations and the systems behind what you're going to be launching. This is especially true if the thing you're competing against has a big moat. Instead of trying to compete against them, talk to them. See if you can get a good negotiated affiliate deal. Instantly pays me a lot of money to refer business to them. I'm one of their top affiliates. Go High Level, same thing. If you're not getting a sub account with me, at the end of this video, I'll show you how to launch a GHL White Label agency, and you're gonna use my affiliate link. And that is actually a pretty good shovel without you having to do anything. If you can just refer business to someone and get 40% like Go High Level pays you, that's a good shovel. You also don't have to build something yourself. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. I'm gonna use Go High Level as a perfect example because they are the best in class CRM. They're unbelievably affordable. Everybody already wants it. So there's high demand. You don't have to convince somebody. They're sticky. So once people start using Go High Level, they'll probably keep using it. So what am I gonna try and build a CRM that competes with Go High Level? No, but Go High Level lets you white label it. So I can slap my logo on it, slap my domain on it, and then resell it to other people as a sub account. And I can charge as much as I want. I can launch unlimited sub accounts and not have to pay a single extra penny myself. So as you're looking through these opportunities, through these shovel opportunities, think, is this something I should try and get a good affiliate rate with? Is this something I should try and compete with and rebuild? Or maybe is it something that I can white label? Now, this is what makes the shovel strategy so unbelievably strong, is you can build it into your existing offers and make it part of your offers so they're more enticing, you can charge more, and you've got a good back end. So how I do it now is, for example, with my high ticket clients, they get access to my mailbox service. So they pay me every month for mailboxes. They get access to my cold email sequencer. This is Email Bison, which they pay me for. Unfortunately, I can't offer that to everybody because Bison would kick me off. And for my insiders, they get access to GHL for a certain number of months, and then they start paying me. They get access to N8N, and then they start paying me. And they're all directed to my mailbox services and my email verification services. And it allows me to make the program a lot more comprehensive, a lot more done with you. It gives me the power to say, you can have this for free, you can have a special discount. That way I can justify charging more for the higher ticket programs and the higher ticket services. So once you've implemented these, and you're gonna implement them one at a time, you'd be shocked at how fast you can do it, one per 2 to 3 months. And at the end of the year, you're gonna have a whole list of additional offers that now your clients are paying you for instead of somebody else. It's also the best possible way to nurture clients who maybe haven't ascended yet. So if I've got my insiders and they already trust me for my mailbox service, they're already using my GHL, that means they're in constant communication with us and my company, and they're always going to be seeing our other offers because they're using our offers. If they're using them, that means they're in our pipeline, they're in our world, and they're going to be more likely to ascend. So the math goes like this. You're going to go from low 6 figures, 5 figures, you're going to add this, and now all those clients that were churning before are going to continue to churn, but they're going to keep using your services long term. Those one-time offers for the program or the course, now those aren't going to be one-time clients. They're going to be recurring clients. You're going to have back-end subscriptions for them. I can't tell you how many insiders I sold 2.5 years ago that are still paying me hundreds of dollars every month for mailboxes, for Go High Level, and for N8N. Now, by far the easiest place to start if you don't know what to offer next is the Go High Level White Label. I'm going to walk you a little bit through how to launch this. But the big benefits to this are you don't have to reinvent the wheel. It's already the best CRM. Everybody needs it. But the magic is this: $497 a month. I don't even think it's $500. And now you essentially have a software company because your cost does not go up as you add more sub accounts. And you can charge $20 a sub account if you want. It doesn't matter. Go High Level will let you charge whatever you want. You can scale to 1,000 sub accounts, paying you $20 a month. And now you're making $20,000 a month on repeat without you having to do anything. You don't have to service these clients. You don't have to manage the software because Go High Level handles all of the hard part, which is really building an amazing product and managing it. All you have to do is get that person onto your sub account for the first time. And some people are charging hundreds a month per sub account because they get some added features, snapshots, there's some fancy things that you can do in there. But really, $97 per month, and I guarantee you'll have an easy time closing people and getting your clients onto GHL. Now, if you guys are interested in this, I don't want to make this a sales pitch because it is not that. You can go to my website or you can go to the link down below. I've got a full course on how to launch your own GHL White Label agency that's completely free, as long as you use my GHL White Label affiliate link. So you'll just come here, enter this form, you'll be redirected to the agency sign-up page, and then you're good to go. And if you use my affiliate link, you actually get double the free trial on the agency plan. Pretty dang cool, not bad at all. So what is gonna be next for you? What are your action steps when we're done here? You're gonna get this checklist and you're gonna fill it out. You're gonna figure out what the shovels are that you're going to start with. You're gonna figure out what to do with that shovel. Should you go the affiliate route? Should you do the improve, replace, decrease cost, or can you white label this thing? And as you go through this, you're gonna figure out, oh, how do I build the shovels into my core offers? How can I use a free GHL sub account as a way to get more people inside of my program or retain more people in my agency? Because if I give them a free GHL sub account and help them get onboarded and using it, and they start using that CRM, are they gonna be more likely to stay with me month after month in my agency service? You're damn right. So go through this entire checklist, fill it out, put in the hours, put in the time. You're gonna get so much more clarity on what your clients are using, what action steps that you need to take. Are these things that you can replace, improve on, get affiliate links for, and then figure out how to work these in to your existing offers. And if you come out of this video with a single thing, I hope that it's to find one shovel, a single pick. That's your lowest hanging fruit, your top opportunity. And you attack that thing. Because if you do, I guarantee long-term, you're gonna have so many people paying you every single month for that thing. And all of that money could have gone to somebody else, but it's not. Now it's going to you, and it's because of me, and I'm gonna be very happy with that. And remember, your clients are buying shovels, whether it's you selling them or somebody else. So are they buying them from you, or are they giving that money to somebody else? Find your shovel, start selling it. Go down in the description there. so that you can download the checklist. You can see this presentation. And if you want to learn how to build shovels with Claude Code, build actual software that really works, you can check out this email verification tool that we've built. So now people can verify their emails and pay us to do it instead of Million Verifier. So if you want to build really cool stuff like this, get in the AI Automation Insiders. That's where you're going to learn everything that's going to make you rich going into 2026 and beyond. You need to learn this stuff. Now do me a favor, if you found anything in this video helpful and you're like, oh my God, thank God that was free, he should make that paid. Show me some love, drop a like down below, leave a comment, let me know if you're gonna implement any of these shovels, if you have any questions, and for the love of God, subscribe to the channel unless you hate money. I'll see you in the next video.